Hey guys, and welcome to my next video. I'm Coach Becca, and just finished up a nice wintry run, and I'm gonna get right to my post-run routine. This one's gonna be a little different than last week's post-run routine. We're gonna focus primarily on core work that can help us just be less injured runners or triathletes, swimmers, everyday human beings. So kind of a core focus today, and I'm also going to work in some stability. This run I did today was a little much shorter than the run that I did last week. So this workout in particular is a great session to do before or after an easy run or a ride or a bike and an easy run off the bike, or maybe even before you head out to swim, or maybe this is just like your rest day and you want to get a little bit of activation in. A lot of people in my family are also avid walkers, so this would be a great workout to do before or after walking. So pretty flexible on my recommendations on when to do this workout. And just for context, most of the videos, all the videos I do, or for my remote athletes that I coach. I'm a full-time coach and an athlete myself. So if you're just tuning into the page, I really come from a educational and coaching background. So there is going to be a lot of informative things. I'm not here to like ground and pound, get a crazy hard workout in. This page is really all about enhancing our performance as athletes and everyday human beings, as well as injury prevention. So with that being said, thanks for tuning in. I've got a mat out today. I've got my two dogs, Red and Brownlee. This is their favorite area, so they'll be a part of my workout most likely today. Hopefully they don't throw me off balance. So I have a mat just to mark out my area, but you really don't even need that. And let's get started. Since we just finished a run and I didn't include any calf work last week, I was kind of kicking myself for that. I'm going to include it today. So you're just going to take a split stance position, so shoulder hip width apart. And then all you're going to do is shift your weight from your heels to your toes. That's it. So we're going to do 10 per side. Up for 1. This one should be easy. 2, 3, kind of checking with your breath. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's switch sides. This split stance position is one of my favorite for building stability without really challenging. So it's a nice way to start a session. It's also really great for your big toes and the mobility in your big toes, which really helps with stability and performance. All right, 10 on this side now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're going to do a side leg lift next. This one's great to do laying down as well, but I want to do the standing version today. I just want to invite you to kind of knit your core muscles together. And if you're not familiar with that, what that means is just kind of using that midsection as a stable base. So just kind of picture your abdominals just kind of closing up together, kind of like zipping up a zipper. You can even place your hands on your midsection if that helps you feel that engagement. And that will help you balance. And all we're going to do is a lift up to this side. Try to keep your legs straight. And by knitting the core together, that helps prevent this. A lot of times I see people doing this, and that's going to take the focus away from strengthening the glute muscle that we want to strengthen, as well as maybe like the IT band area a little bit. So keep your shoulders stacked over your hips by knitting your core together, and stand up nice and tall as we do 10 side leg lifts. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Whoa, Red, you okay? 2, and 1. Sorry, I can't edit that out. I just kicked Red. 10. Sorry, buddy. 9, 8, 7. I'm going to get a lot of comments on that now. On this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. Sorry for that distraction. All right, next, we'll stretch the hamstrings out a little bit and start to get into some more of the core-related exercises. So Feet can be wherever you feel comfortable with them. Bend the knees as you need to. And just a forward bend here. We're going to hold that briefly because hamstrings are a little tight on my end. I don't know about you, but my hamstrings just feel a little tight. And then as you feel ready, let's just go ahead and walk it out just to a downward facing dog position. And if you've got any kind of shoulder issue or injury, I invite you just to keep holding that forward bend. And then ease into some alternated calf stretches. Again, you could just stay in that forward bend if you're uncomfortable with down dog in the shoulder region or anything like that. All right, and then we're going to come down onto the knees and sit back into child's pose. Just stretching out the lats a little bit. All right. And we're going to move into our first core exercise, which is mountain climbers. Mountain climbers is a really nice run-specific core movement because you're essentially doing like a running type muscle pattern while you're doing this. So I really like it. As long as my hip flexors aren't terribly tight, because this is a hip flexion type of core movement. So if you've got really tight hip flexors, then totally fine to still do this, but maybe foam roll them after this session. All right, so we're going to do a set of 20 mountain climbers total. And I do my mountain climbers slow. So 10 per side, here we go. Just drive the knee to the chest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Go ahead and lay down. And we'll head into our next core exercise, which is the alternated Superman, my favorite as a swimmer. Arms extended, eyes and neck neutral, toes flat. You're going to lift your right arm and left leg up, and then left arm, right leg. And this is a hip extension. Nice core exercise, focus exercise. So I really like this in contrast to the one we just did. So here we go for 20. We're going to go up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Great. Let's do those each one more time. And I really hope that that wasn't really causing a lot of craziness. Sorry, buddy. You back after that little altercation? All right. One more set of each. 20 total. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Supermans. Alternated. Neutral neck. Use your glutes. Here we go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. All right, flipping over onto the back now. Single leg glute bridges, great exercise for your butt and core, but also for your balance since you're only on one leg. I also like any exercise that involves hip extension, like I alluded to before. We're just kind of people that tend to have really tight hip flexors. A lot of people have really tight hip flexors. So doing hip extension, which means you're kind of lengthening your hip flexors as you go through the movement, can just be really beneficial to undoing some like chronic issues that we get because we have tight hip flexors. So don't worry if you have tight hip flexors. I'd actually be kind of concerned if you didn't. Be like, what are you doing? No. All right. So we're going to do 2 types of single leg hip flexors today. We're going to do figure 4 hip flexors and just a regular guy, but we'll work in some stretching there. So I like to place the heel pretty close to my bum, but you could lengthen that lever out a little bit. You can just play around with that spacing. You'll feel it differently. And we're going to do 10 per side. So for now, this leg is straight. If you've got really tight hamstrings, your leg's going to maybe be more down here. So don't worry about where this leg is. Just make sure it's up. Okay? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So we're just going to do that same stretch from last week, the crossover figure 4 stretch. So just bend one knee, cross it over. If you'd like to reach forward and grab that leg, you can. You can keep the leg bent or straight. For some people that have really tight hip flexors, this might be really wonderful, okay? And our goal with a static stretch or a stretch that doesn't move is 15 to 30 seconds. So we won't hold this too long, but this is a setup for our next type of bridge, the figure 4 piriformis glute bridge. Go ahead and switch sides. You can start here, and then if you're able to, you can bring it forward. And if it feels more comfortable for you to extend that leg, go for it. It's your workout, really. I'm just the guide. I'm just here to help. Great. Wonderful. Okay. And we'll just start on this side since we're already here. So one leg is crossed over the other, kind of making that 4 backwards to 4 position. Again, you can play around with how close your heel goes to your bum. Okay. And we're going to do 10 figure 4 single leg bridges. So we just got the ankle, the knee bent, ankle kind of on the opposing leg, and we'll do 10, and you'll feel that really nicely opening things up. 9, if you're really tight, it might be like, ooh, snack, crackle, pop a little bit. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We already stretched this side, so we'll go right into the bridge. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Over here, we're going to do 2 sets of bicycle crunches. I'm going to show you 2 ways to do them, and I really want you to focus on the rotational aspect of these, which is going to kind of come through the cue right elbow to left knee. And if you have any lower back strain issues, or if you're somebody that's just kind of a little injury prone, go ahead and just start with the knees bent, and you're going to do this modified version. If you've done bicycles before, you can start with your legs on the ground and return them to the ground each time. If you want to do the hardest version, you just keep the legs hovering, okay? We're going to do a set of 30 of these, which is 15 per side. Okay, here we go. Again, focus on that reach. Opposite elbow to opposite knee. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. And we'll just rest again. Really almost done with our core work, and then we'll just finish with a standing balance exercise. So not too hard, but it shouldn't be. These workouts are meant to accentuate the other training aspects of your life. Maybe you live a really active lifestyle, active job, or you do endurance sports like I do, so you don't need crazy loading in strength training, at least not all the time. All right, one more set of these, and we'll stand up and finish up with a balance exercise. 1, 2, 3. Keep the elbows out. 4. When you crunch up here, I just want you to, focus on opening up. I think we're on 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 30. And that extended version is really nice too, because it kind of simulates that kind of like high knee pattern. That's why I love bicycles and mountain climbers. Oftentimes I'll pair them back to back with one another. Okay, we're going to finish with just a nice balance exercise. You can use like a nearby wall, or if you have a chair nearby, because you might just need to hold on to something here. It's not my favorite. I don't love to coach people to like work on their balance that way, but some ways, in some circumstances, it really is a nice tool to strengthen the hip flexors and the ankle knee like hip complex. And then as that balance improves, you're able to, use more of your core and muscles and things like that. So if you need to hold on to something, that's fine. I do want you to be working on your stability enough where you're able to ease off of that. I also realize that some people have had hip replacements, things like that, or they're approaching their golden years in life, and they might need that assistance just so that they keep doing balance exercises. And we'd rather you do them assisted than not do them at all, okay? And we never want to be, like I kind of did on that last one, wobbling so much. Again, the goal is to establish really great patterns and relationships between our body and our brain so that there's the subconscious confidence in our joints and our muscles that we can balance. So we don't want all the wobbling. I'd rather you hold on to something than wobble a whole bunch, especially if you're really exhausted from your workout, like I am, okay? So just be kind to yourself. Choose the right option for you based on the information that I just gave you, okay? So if you can, single leg reach, holding onto something, the most advanced version would be to extend the opposite arm as you go into the balance and then drive the knee at the top, adding in a calf raise. So you can always make something harder, right? Sometimes it's smarter to make it easier though. Okay, last exercise of the day, and we're just gonna do one set, 8 per side, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's worth noting you can soften this leg as you go. So you don't need that grounding leg to be stock straight. You can soften that just ever so slightly. Whew. It's okay to take your time. Let's do one more. Okay, other side. Last set of 8, and then we'll call it a day. Take your time. And in a perfect world, balance comes naturally and it's graceful and it looks great. But the more fatigued you are, the harder it is going to be to balance on these joints and muscles and ligaments that are already pretty fatigued. So reinforcing good movement patterns under fatigue is really helpful, but I think it needs to be taken into context as well. The same can be true for flexibility and mobility, important components in training. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Wonderful. Awesome. That puts us at just under 20 minutes. Both my dogs are now asleep on their beanbag chair. My apologies for the violent side leg raise that occurred earlier in the workout. Thanks for joining me this week. I am back into my weekly posting routine. So thanks for being along on this journey. If there's any workout sessions or ideas that you have, I'm always looking for new ones because I have over 60 videos on here now. So I'm happy to hear what works for you guys and what you're looking for. So again, thanks for following along. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.